On January 12, 1972 in Vienna, Austria, a boy named Torge Christian Toto Wolff was born. Someone who would one day redefine what it means to lead in Formula One. From humble beginnings to becoming the billionaire CEO and co-owner of the most dominant F1 team in modern history, Toto Wolff's story isn't just about cars and championships. It's about strategy, obsession, and control. But how did a failed racing driver turn into one of the most powerful figures in motorsport? How did he build an empire that even Ferrari fears? This is the story of Toto Wolff. Chapter 1: The boy from Vienna who refused to quit. Toto Wolff didn't grow up rich. In fact, his early life was marked by tragedy and struggle. His father was Romanian, his mother Polish, and they lived modestly in Vienna. When Toto was just 8 years old, his father was diagnosed with brain cancer. Watching his father fight the disease while his family slipped into financial uncertainty shaped his mindset forever. He learned two things: discipline and resilience. He once said, "When you come from nothing, you have nothing to lose." That hunger to climb, to prove himself, would define every decision he made later in life. But at that time, young Toto only wanted one thing: to race. He started karting in his teens, not an ideal age to begin if you dream of Formula One. But he didn't care. He didn't have the money or sponsors that others did, yet he showed raw talent and determination. By the mid-1990s, he was competing in the Austrian and German racing circuits. Then came the crash. A violent accident during a race in 2009 nearly ended his career and his confidence. Most drivers, that would have been the end. But for Toto, it was the spark of something else. Something far more powerful. Chapter 2: From the track to the boardroom. After his racing dreams shattered, Toto made a radical pivot. He realized something important. Racing wasn't just about speed, it was about money, investment, and management. So he started studying the world of finance. In the early 2000s, Toto founded March 15 and later March 16 Investments, focusing on strategic investments in internet and technology companies. He wasn't a Wall Street guy, he was a racer turned deal maker, and that gave him an edge. He treated investing like racing: read the track, predict the next turn, and never lose focus. By 2009, Toto's investments had grown substantially, allowing him to make a move that would change everything. He bought a share in Williams F1. Yes, that Williams, a struggling but legendary team that once ruled Formula One. The moment Toto stepped into the paddock as a team shareholder, people underestimated him. They saw him as just another rich investor playing businessman. They were wrong. He studied every detail: team structure, sponsorship deals, driver contracts, everything. And soon he wasn't just an investor. He was part of the team's DNA. When Pastor Maldonado shockingly won the 2012 Spanish Grand Prix with Williams, it was Wolff's first taste of victory as a team leader, but he wanted more, much more. Chapter 3: The Mercedes call that changed everything. In 2013, Mercedes was wealthy but not yet dominant in Formula One, until Toto Wolff got the call. Mercedes wanted him not just as a manager, but as a co-owner and executive director. Leaving Williams wasn't easy, but Toto saw potential and bought a 30% stake in the team, giving him true skin in the game. He quickly rebuilt Mercedes from within, eliminating politics, enforcing accountability, and creating a data-driven culture centered on one mission: winning. Surrounded by top talent like James Allison and drivers Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg, Wolff's new empire was born. But with greatness came chaos. Chapter 4: The storm between Hamilton and Rosberg. In 2016, Toto Wolff faced chaos as Hamilton and Rosberg's rivalry threatened to split Mercedes. Races became wars, meetings turned tense, but Toto stayed calm. "You can't control the drivers, but you can control the system they work in," he said. He enforced strict equality. Same cars, no favoritism, shared consequences. The result? Unmatched dominance. 7 straight Constructors' Championships. Toto wasn't just managing a team, he was building an empire. Chapter 5: Beyond Racing. The business mind of a billionaire. What makes Toto Wolff different from every other F1 boss? He doesn't just win races, he builds brands. He turned Mercedes-AMG Petronas into a business powerhouse. Sponsorships, marketing deals, and a culture that attracted top talent. He saw Formula One not just as a sport, but as a platform, a global stage for excellence, innovation, and precision. By 2021, Mercedes' F1 team wasn't just winning titles. It was valued at over $1 billion. Wolff himself became a billionaire, holding stakes not just in Mercedes but in Aston Martin, HWA AG, and several high-growth tech firms. He's been called a corporate killer, but he's more of a strategic assassin. He doesn't raise his voice, he raises the standard. Even during the painful loss of the 2021 championship in Abu Dhabi, where Hamilton lost to Max Verstappen after a controversial decision, Wolff's calm fury and leadership stood out. He didn't crumble, he rebuilt. Chapter 6: Leadership the Wolff Way. Toto Wolff's leadership style is part military precision, part psychological warfare. He reads people like datasheets. He's been known to say, "Ego is the enemy of performance." Every decision he makes is guided by logic, not emotion. Yet he also understands human psychology better than most. His relationship with Lewis Hamilton, for example, is built on mutual trust and controlled tension. He gives his team the freedom to fail, but never to be careless. He invests in mental health programs, promotes diversity, and pushes for equality in a sport known for elitism. And behind the scenes, he's always thinking 2 steps ahead. When rivals are celebrating wins, Toto is studying the next upgrade, the next opportunity, the next hire. That's how empires last. Chapter 7: The Empire Expands. By 2023, Toto Wolff's influence extended far beyond the Mercedes garage. He became a central figure in Formula One's global strategy. Team principals consult him, sponsors chase him, and drivers young and old dream of working under him. He sits on boards, mentors startups, and invests in emerging technologies like AI and electric mobility. He's not just a motorsport icon, he's a modern business magnate. His net worth is estimated at over $1.6 billion, but his real wealth lies in reputation. When Toto walks into a paddock, silence follows. Everyone knows the empire he built wasn't luck. It was design, but he's still hungry, still restless, still chasing perfection. Because for Toto Wolff, winning once means nothing. Winning always is the only goal. Chapter 8: Legacy in Motion. So what's next for Toto Wolff? Will he step away, retire, and enjoy the billions he's earned? Don't count on it. He's not done writing his legacy. Toto often compares Formula One to chess. Every move has consequences. And right now he's planning his next checkmate. Whether it's leading Mercedes back to dominance after Red Bull's rise or shaping the next era of sustainable racing, one thing's certain: Wolff's fingerprints will be all over the future of Formula One. And maybe that's the lesson in his story. Success isn't built in straight lines. It's built through crashes, comebacks, and control. Toto Wolff didn't just build a team, he built a philosophy. So the next time you watch a Mercedes car scream down a straight, remember, it's not just an engine you're hearing. It's the sound of Toto Wolff's empire in motion. A man who turned pain into power, setbacks into strategy, and a racing dream into one of the greatest success stories in modern sport. Do you think Toto Wolff is the greatest team principal of all time, or is his best yet to come? Tell us what you think in the comments. And if you love this story, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell, because more untold stories of the world's most fascinating minds are coming soon.